Welcome to another episode of Your Voice Matters. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Your Voice Matter. So today, we are going to be talking about, our topic is going to be about how to, why you should put why you should put your asset in a trust and protecting your family's investment. So today is what we're going to be talking about today. So my name is Viv Cunningham, and I'm a preferred real estate broker selling the American dream here in Central Florida. Today I have my girl Beverly on here because she's knowledgeable about insurance and different things like that. So we're just going to be chit chatting and just giving you some guidance of who you should seek out in order to get these things done, because there is so much stuff that you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, and there's so much stuff that you don't know. Protecting yourself, you spend so much money to put down in a house and invest in a house, and then all of a sudden you die or you pass on, because if you're born, you're going to die. Just know that. So all of a sudden we pass on and we leave our family with all this stuff that is going on. We leave them with to sort out bills. We leave them, and then all of a sudden they don't have a roof over their head, because all of a sudden this home that you invested in, it's one of the biggest purchase of your life. All of a sudden it's gone up from underneath you. So I had a client that reached out to me, and they were asking me about LadyBird Deed. They were asking me about irrevocable trust. They were asking me about insurance to protect your house. They were asking about all of that stuff, reverse mortgage, all of that stuff. So we're just here to kind of just give you some information, and then you can always contact us, and then we will help direct you to the right person. So I have my girl Beverly on here. She's just going to introduce herself, and we're just going to jump in and get started.
Hi, I'm Beverly, and I'm with Preferred Real Estate Brokers. And I'm here with Vivine, and we're just going to have a little chat, and you can pick up from that as we go along. So
Thanks,
go ahead.
Bev. Thank you. Okay, so importance of estate planning. That's, so a lot of time we don't do it. We just die and we leave our stuff in estate, and it's just a mess for family to sort out. So just a quick explanation of why you should put a home in a trust. It is crucial, and it's an aspect. It's a planning. We got to plan. You bought a house. Now we have to plan. We have to plan on what do you do when you pass on. Why put your house in a trust? The benefit of putting your house in a trust is to avoid probate. Okay. Potential reduce of the estate taxes, to maintain your privacy, because you know what, when
Mhm.
die, everything goes out the door, concerning your property and your asset, and to control. Okay, to control over, you have control over the home, and once you pass, because right now I have my house is in a trust, and I did that quite a few years ago, because when I turned the age of 50, I started getting nervous, and I started, saying about, what am I going to do if I die? My husband, what's going to happen if, whatever, because, you have kids, and you know how those kids work. The kids will want to throw your spouse out of the house, and they want to take over. So Beverly, I have my house in a trust. Let's talk a little bit about the Ladybird deed that you did, Beverly.
Yeah, I have my house I did a ladybird deed. And what that does, it protects my property when I'm gone. In that, as the minute as my eyes close, it is transferred to the person to whom I left it. In my case, it's my son. So the minute I die, the property, my house transfers to him. It's a little bit different with a trust, because there is a trustee. You have to have a trustee, and that trustee take charge when you're gone, and they will do what you ask of them to do. But sometimes that can get a little pricey, depending on who is your trustee. But what I would suggest for your trustee is a trust lawyer rather than a family member, because sometimes a family member don't do what you ask of them to do.
Well,
So
well, Beverly, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate, and I'm gonna
yeah.
say attorneys sometimes, I might see attorney might take control of the whole thing, and they might not, they might turn it around. For me, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable with an attorney managing that for me. I mean, an attorney did mine, but I probably wouldn't feel comfortable giving it to. I'd rather give it to a family member like my daughter, because it's going to create animosity if you take it and gave it to an attorney compared to giving it to your closest child, and your child is going to say, well, I thought you and I was good best friends, or I thought you and I was close, and then it becomes an animosity to me. So the attorney did mine, but then I had my daughter, which is the head of the trust. So that's how I did mine. But everyone is different. I know people that trust an attorney to hold it. But for me, I would say, I mean, for me, it's a family member that does mine. So everybody's different. Everyone is different. So yeah.
Well, what I would add to that, Viv, is that you know who you can trust in life. You
That's
know the relationship you have with your children.
yes.
But a lot of people are not lucky like you to have that
Yeah.
relationship with their children. They may have several children, you only have two, and they're not going to fight against each other.
And you're right,
You
and
know,
you're so right about that, because that's what happened. A lot of fighting, and that's why you sought all of these things out ahead of time, because when you die and go on, there's always so much fighting against the kids, and that's why I do where whatever I do, I make sure that everyone is allocated for, and nobody has to fight. It's your business. Once I give you whatever it is that I say I'm going to give you, and that's it. You know that
right.
that that's it. So that's why this is so important. But just like you said, you only have one. So
And
there's nobody that's going to fight over anything.
if you have kids that don't agree, get a firm, not just a lawyer, because a lawyer can die. You
Mm-hmm,
want
mm-hmm.
to get a firm
Yes.
that's all they do is estate planning.
Yeah.
So you know that when you die, you're going to leave everything step by step what you want to be done, and they will carry it through, even though you're going to pay them. But it's all worth it, because there'll be no fighting, there'll be no
Yeah.
bickering. They have to go with what you say,
That's it. That's it.
whereas
Okay.
sometimes a child, one of your children, may gang upon another one, and they can fight to have their way, even though the trust says so and so and so and so. You have to choose a strong one of your child or children that will say, this is what my mom said I'm to do, and this is exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay. All right. That said it. You heard that. Choose the strongest child, and not necessarily mean it's the youngest, or not necessarily mean it oldest, but just like she says, choose the
Exactly.
strongest one. So the process of putting your home in a trust. Okay. Let's go step by step. Okay. First step, you decide on the type of trust. Just like we talked about, there's different type of trust that you can put it in. How to choose between the revocable and the revocable trust. Okay, and how to do, you might want to do the LadyBird Deed, you might want to do whatever you want to do, but get it done. I had a friend of mine that passed on, and what she did, she had everything set up ahead of time. She had her funeral planned out, she had who she wanted to talk at her funeral. So wouldn't it be great if we all do something like that? We had, but we don't. A lot of time we bond and we don't think we're going to die, but eventually you need to get that stuff ready, and you should have it ready so people don't have to fight, and people have direction of what to do. Number two, inventory your home and property assets. So know what you have, know what you're giving to each person. I was talking to someone, and then I talking to a girlfriend of mine this week, and she was saying, Uh, does your mom have all of that stuff written down? Does she has what's going to take place? So I'm going to sit down and talk to her about that again. I did sit down and talk to her about it again because of course we have my brother and my mom living together, so we want to make sure that's what kind of jolted all of this right here. Why I'm doing this, because she was asking me a question about what to do, and somebody was talking to her about it, but get yourself prepared because one day we're going to wake up and it's going to be the end of the doctor is going to say, or somebody's going to say, you have 24 hours to live or whatever it is. You don't want to wait 24 hours. You want to make sure that you
Or
get
we
in there.
may not wake up.
We may not wake up. Exactly. So assessing the information that you have, assessing what you own, and what will go, who will get what, okay, what will go in the trust, put all of that stuff in there. Number three, hire an attorney like Beverly was talking about. Hire a good, and just like she said, hire a firm, because just like you said, an attorney can die. So hire a firm, okay, because it's important. Legal advice. Okay, we're not giving you any legal advice or anything like that, but
Yeah,
you
because
need
we're
to
not
seek out and
attorneys,
find
right?
right legal advice. If you're looking for a referral or something like that, of course we can help you with that. Step four, drafting the trust document. What's involved in creating this document? It's a lot of work and it's not cheap.
Mhm.
The least amount that I heard somebody paid for one, and maybe because you're in your senior citizen, you're senior or something like that, it's like 600 and something dollars. So it's not like it's cheap, but you can get it done for probably someplace around there if you're a senior. Of course, it's more expensive because I know that I had mine done and it wasn't cheap. I paid thousands of dollars. My girlfriend and I was talking. I think
Mhm.
she said that somebody told her that it'll cost up to $5,000. It can,
It
it can,
depends on what you have, what
yeah.
your assets.
Exactly. So, it can, and it can cost more than that too, because, with attorney nowadays, if they write one paper, they charge you $200 for one paper. So, making sure that, you get a firm that can say, okay, well, I'll do all of this for you for $600 or $1,000 or something like that. Now, step five, funding the trust officially. Okay. Transferring the home, whatever it is that you need to transfer inside of it, transfers inside of that trust. Okay, so that's what I did. I transfer my home inside my trust. So then, therefore, I don't have to worry the legality at the end of you passing. You don't have to worry about that. So that's what I did. But get yourself prepared and get yourself ready. Okay, because when you're ready, then you have a peace of mind. When you lay down and you sleep at night, a lot of time we twist and toss because that was when I was in my 50. I got up and I said, oh my God, like I got no money saved. Oh my gosh, what the heck am I gonna do? And something just came over me and says, let me go ahead and do that. And then Beverly and I was talking about the LadyBird Deed. We were talking about on a show, and she came up and she was telling me about the LadyBird Deed. And because I had no idea about that, but now it's becoming more prominent, where
Mhm.
a lot of people are doing it because now it's becoming more popular. So it's something, that it's something you might want to look into. You might want to look into that LadyBird Deed. You might want to look into that trust. You might want to look into you know so therefore, get yourself ready, get yourself prepared. Common pitfall to avoid: not funding the trust properly. Okay, because like Beverly was saying that you what you want inside that trust. Okay, now what put what you want inside of it, and make sure it's funded. Don't overlook other things. Don't overlook any estate planning needs. When you go to your attorney, let you and your attorney discuss back and forth what it is that you need to have inside of that trust. And there's we were talking at the beginning that there's different trusts. Let's talk a little bit about Beverly, about reversible trust and irreversible trust. The irreversible trust, you can irreverse it. That means you can go back and you can change it. Talk a
No,
little bit about
irrevocable, Viv. Irrevocable, you cannot change.
i-
The
irrevocable.
revocable, you can change.
Okay, so revocable. Okay, so the
Revocable,
revocable
you
you can
can change.
change.
Irrevocable,
Irrevocable.
you cannot.
Okay, so talk a little bit about the each of those.
Okay, the revocable is they both have their good and bad, because the revocable, if you do not, after a while, you do not like somebody who is in your trust, and or you had some conflict with them, you can take their name out of it, or you can change what you want to give them. Whereas an irrevocable trust, once you set it up, you cannot change it like that. You'd probably have to go to court. So if somebody in your trust rub you wrong, you cannot change it. It's going to stay there. Say, I give Harry $20,000, and now you don't feel that way about Harry. You cannot change it.
Yeah, but you
It
just said
has,
that you can go. You just told me that I can go to court and change it. Nothing is set in stone.
you can go to court, but it's a long, drawn out rigmarole
But it can be
to get
changed.
it changed. But it's very rare, and it
Okay, but it can be
depends on
changed.
the
I just want to
state.
make sure that it can be changed because
Depends on the
we don't
state
want just
law.
like you said. I gave just like you said. I gave Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Mhm.
Was you were in good standing with them? Now you're not in good standing with them anymore. And you
Right.
trying to tell me that I cannot change it? No. What happened if I decide them and I never don't talk anymore? So then, therefore, at least, the irrevocable trust that you can change, the revocable you can't change, but at least you can go to court, right? And you can get it changed. But so
But
it's not something that
that's not a guarantee, though. That's not a
well,
guarantee that it's going to change, but you
but
can
that,
try.
but it's almost like saying you can't change your name. Okay,
You can
everybody can
change
change
your
your
name,
name.
but you have to go to court.
And for me, I changed my name and it was very easy. All I
Oh,
did was I filled out the application. Okay, I went to court and sat in front of the judge. The judge asked me why I wanted to change my name, and he stamped it and granted
yeah, but
because I
that's
didn't have
different.
any
That's
felony
different.
behind me.
Dave.
Huh?
That's different, though.
But that's what I'm saying. People can
Mm,
change your name, just like you're telling me about the revocable trust and the irrevocable trust. It's something that are you trying to tell me that with the revocable trust, you can change it, but the revocable you can't change. But if you go to court, you can change anything because let's say me and somebody fall out, and I do not want to. Okay, I do not want to have them at the head of anything anymore. I'm going to go to court and change it.
mm.
It's going to cost me, but you can't tell me that I can't change it. Okay,
But I'm telling
it's
it's
expensive.
very tough to change it, and it depends on the state you are living in,
Okay,
you know, and your lawyers, your trust lawyer has to go to court, so that's going to cost you a lot of money,
okay. Well, I'm going to investigate that.
So to
I'm going
avoid
I'm going
all that,
because
it's
I don't want to
best
scare anyone. I don't want to
right.
scare anyone and let them think that something is set in stone. It's almost like
Mm,
death. It's almost like you're dying, and we know we're gonna die, and
mhm.
there's no way. But these are just
and
documents.
and of course, if you die, it can't change.
Well, that much I know. Yeah, that much I know. But when I'm alive and I feel like I want to change it, I feel like I want to change it. I want to be able to change it. But I'm gonna do some more research on that. To
Mhm.
see about
Yeah,
about if I wanted to
yeah.
change it, what would be the step of
What would
changing it.
be the procedure? Hmm.
Exactly. So let's move on to case study. Okay, so some case study in real life example, brief story of how family members use their trusts for their home. With me, it's just my example. I just went ahead and put mine inside there because of course I got up, just like I said, I got up one morning and I was just kind of nervous and scared, and that was like 10 years ago,
Can you
and
hold on a second here?
yeah, you can.
Okay, you can go and talk, but let
Yeah.
me just go talk to this guy. In
Okay. So anyway, my family, so I just got up, just being nervous and just wanted to change it, and just wanted to do something. So that's how I ended up going and get my will done, my living will, and get all of that stuff done, get my trust done and stuff like that. But go ahead and get yourself prepared, because when you get yourself prepared, then you don't have all the worries and the troubles over your head, of when you die or when you're sick, or a lot of time you tend to when you're dying at the end of your time, you tend to get nervous and say you're not ready yet or something because you have not prepared. So go ahead and get yourself prepared. And that's why we're just going over these different things today. Lessons learned, key takeaway from these example are, go ahead and get yourself ready, because you just never know when it's time. You just never know what's going to happen. So if you have any questions, or you have any information that you want us to supply, let's say you want a referral or something like that, we'll be happy to send you some referral of different attorneys that can do it. We can guide you in the right direction. We are not attorney. We're not giving you suggestion of who to go to or anything to go to. We just might just send you a referral call. We are not licensed as an attorney. We're not licensed CPA, things like that. So all we are just great realtors here in Central Florida. So we just want to make sure that we are guiding our client, jogging their memory in order to say, hey, you need to go ahead and get all of this stuff done, ahead of time. Don't wait. Don't put it off because family member, they fight. When you die, you don't know what happened, even though when you die, you don't really care. You're dead, because it's not like so you can think about it or anything like that. So any question that you have that you want to ask us, feel free. We are here to answer any questions. And about putting your home in a trust. We have experts. We have expert people that can kind of guide you and can kind of direct you. Of course, it costs money. Okay, costs money, but you can find it reasonable. A paralegal might be able to do it for you. An attorney might be able to do it for you. And it's always good to go with that specific estate planning attorney compared to just going to a general attorney. So recap of the key points. Okay. The most important aspect is to consult with an estate planning attorney. Okay. Estate planning attorney, making sure that's who you're going to. And, I went to someone that did mine, and, I was able to do it in payments. It wasn't $600. It was way more than that. So I was able to do it, the first session, the second session, or whatever. You can always do it in payments. So we thank you so much for tuning in, and we thank you for listening to this episode. But if you have any questions, we'd be happy to help guide you, in the right direction. Please just remember to like, and if you think that you somebody that needs this information, to share it. And don't forget to please subscribe to our channel. Let me know what you think and what you have learned. I hope you have learned something from this. That's all for today. Episode on your voice matter. We thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, happy home ownership. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. It is a great day here in Central Florida. So we look forward to connecting with you the next time. And we're going to be talking some more about insurance. Next time, we're also going to bring on an expert insurance company that is going to be able to tell you about all the different kinds of insurance, what insurance you should get for what. Okay. So we thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. See you on the next episode of Your Voice Matters.